Welcome. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon, members of the class of 2021, parents, family members, friends, and guests. I'm Dakota Schmidt, the 2021 Senior Class President. It is my pleasure to introduce the honored guests. Please stand as you are recognized. Dr. Laura Rosenbach, Principal. Miss Rhonda Lennon, School Board Member, District 1. Ernest Winston, Superintendent. Aquanetta Edmond, Northwest Learning Community Superintendent. Thank you for being a part of our graduation ceremony. It has been my pleasure to be alongside you all these past 4 years. Through all the ups and downs, the victories and failures, we've all persevered and overcame many obstacles. We are a resilient class, one Hough in the community will always remember. I'm excited to see where these next years take everyone and the positive impact you will make. I love you all and can't wait to see you soon. This is not a goodbye, it's a see you later. Signing off, Huskies 2021. It is now my pleasure to introduce our class's salutatorian, Jenabu Hussein.
When we were sent home at the end of our junior year, it seemed like graduation was miles away. Little did we know that would be the last time we'd all be together until today. It's a little crazy looking back at the past year. We definitely faced all sorts of challenges. Learning to navigate Zoom, being forced to talk in breakout rooms, and missing many milestones that Hough seniors typically get to experience. But we were able to overcome so much. We've lived through a pandemic. We never have to sit and listen to our parents complain about how hard their high school years were again. I'm not sure what we're going to do next year when we have to put on real clothes to go to class or work instead of sitting in bed in our pajamas. We also always knew our teachers worked incredibly hard, but this past year, we saw them go the extra mile for us, learning to teach over Zoom and finding ways to keep us engaged and motivated. This has made us appreciate them so much more. They are the real heroes. We also all definitely got closer with our families with all the extra time at home. Maybe a little bit too close. We switched from eating lunch with our friends outside at the picnic tables and scarfing down our food in 20 minutes to having luxurious one-hour lunches. I think we've all channeled our favorite Great British Baking Show contestant as we've experimented in the kitchen. Thank you, parents, for putting up with our messes, both inside and out of the kitchen. You guys kept us motivated and pushed us to do our very best. Thank you for all of your encouragement and support. We've also learned a lot outside of the classroom. We now know the power of our voices. We should always speak up to create positive change in our community. We've learned to have important conversations with our friends to better understand what they're going through personally. Let us continue to inspire change and bring out the best in one another. Our seemingly small actions are what are setting us up for a better future. I'm so grateful for all the friendships I've made in the past 4 years. I'm really going to miss you guys. Congratulations, class of 2021. We have so much collective potential. I cannot wait to see where the next few years will take us. I'd now like to introduce Atticus Henry, the class of 2021's valedictorian.
Families, teachers, and fellow students, it is my honor to address you all here today. It is truly humbling to be able to stand before you all, not only as valedictorian, but as a friend and classmate. Now, to be completely honest, I was decidedly not excited to start at Hough. Having only moved to North Carolina the summer before my junior year, I missed my old friends and resented having to start over. Moreover, the thought of having to be a new kid in a school double the size of my old one scared me. But Hough quickly assuaged these fears. Everyone was beyond nice, always unwaveringly welcoming. But what struck me was how this carried into the pandemic. While the world shut itself in, Hough made sure to reach out. The school became so much more than just the pixels on a screen, more than a list of assignments, more than a Canvas course. In a world full of uncertainty, doubt, and painful change, Hough made sure to remain one of the only constants. And most importantly, the people were more than little boxes on a Zoom call. The teachers went out of their way to check in on students and make sure we weren't lost when it was so easy to fall behind. And even through less than ideal means, I still made amazing friends this year, and last, friendships that I will carry with me past my time at this school. In a time of unprecedented loneliness and isolation across the country, everyone at Hough did their best to fight that trend. I, and I'm sure every other student, am grateful. Again, as a relatively new student, it meant the world, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. For this, I applaud you, class of 2021. I sincerely hope that you all carry this with you as you venture into the world. We live in times of divisiveness and separation. Even as quarantine hopefully becomes a thing of the past, people still always find new ways to isolate themselves. We're constantly fed an us versus them mentality, a narrative of division and fear. This generation also has the unique danger of losing ourselves in a digital world. But we can learn from the class of 2021. Through everything, you have proved yourselves above all a community. Seeing how this has impacted me alone, I can't wait to see how you all impact the lives of countless others and bring a much-needed positive hope to the world. Thank you and congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce our principal, Dr. Rosenbach.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. It is a true honor to stand here before you as you finally walk across this stage as a high school graduate. You did it and can now say you're a proud member of the Husky alumni family. While we survived a year of blank screens, ceiling fans, LED lights on Zoom, it is really nice to see your faces live today. Graduates, you are ready. Even though your high school experiences were like no other class, we as teachers and staff are confident that you are more than prepared for the next step. The COVID virus has impacted each of us in very different ways, and for some of us, the last 15 months have been the most difficult time in our lives. And yet, here we are, celebrating you, the class of 2021, knowing that each of you aced the test of grit and did not falter. You kept going. Senior Megan Hirsch shares a similar view and says, the experiences of the past 2 years have really showcased how we can come together as a Hough community to find creative solutions to continue to push forward and grow. Attending Hough, remote and in person, taught us to adapt to change, to persevere through challenges, and to find motivation within ourselves. These are all skills that we will absolutely utilize throughout the rest of our lives. We are a resilient class 2021, and nobody can make a claim otherwise. This is a senior class that will absolutely go down in history. Recently, Danny Bloom from the New York Times wrote an article about how to flourish after coming out of the pandemic. Flourishing is seen and defined as living the good life. This pandemic has caused us to redefine the good life. Graduates, as you step forward, it's time for you to decide what your good life looks like. Bloom advises us to savor and celebrate the small things. I encourage each of you to take some time to think about what brings you peace and joy in your daily lives. Take a look at the thousands of pictures on your phone. Find and print the pictures of your family, friends, and favorite places and memories that remind you daily of the joy you have experienced. Make those images a roadmap to your good life. Bloom also suggests that flourishing does not mean you have to win the Olympics, find a cure for a disease, or have epic achievements. Flourishing happens when you find purpose in what you do. What makes you excited each morning? What gives your life meaning? Well, I have no doubt that each of our 578 seniors will continue to do amazing and profound things. It is your daily routines and acts of gratitude that will have the most impact on your happiness and those around you. Find that meaning and make it the cornerstone of your good life. COVID has taught each of us something valuable about resetting and restoring. Pay attention to those two words, reset and restore. It means that sometimes in your life you will have to stop and try again. It means you'll have to stop and look back in your life in order to grow and move forward. This year has given you the skills to do that. It has taught us all to focus on what really matters. It has taught us how to take the unthinkable and adapt and move on. As we move forward, I challenge you to remember the positive resets and restorations that we have made in our lives. Keep the good things that came from COVID and keep trying new things. Remember the importance of taking care of yourself and others. And even if things don't always go as planned, we will be strong, we will be resourceful, and we will be okay. We may even be better than we were before. I would like to end with a quote from your peer, Emily Bothwell, on her reflections of her time at Hough, because I hope it is how each of you feel as you walk across the stage today. And now at the end of a weird senior year, it's crazy to look back and reflect on my time in high school. I've learned far more than any textbook could teach me through my own personal experiences. I learned not to take anything for granted. I learned how resilient we are, as all of us have gone through our own experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. Class of 2021, your class will never be forgotten, not because of the losses and disappointments you faced, but because of your achievements. Our experiences over the last year and a half have made me realize that Hough is not just a building. It is a community, a movement, a contagious energy. Your class has led the way in showing that. Your efforts to make Hough and the community a better place have been a huge source of strength for me personally, and for that, I thank you. I am confident that each of you will continue to flourish. Take care and good luck. Congrats to the class of 2021. You should be proud of yourselves, because I sure am. At this time, we will do our presentation of diplomas. Graduates, parents, and guests, I would ask that you stay in your seats during the presentation of diplomas. Pictures can only be taken from your seat. Please minimize cheering and applause until all the names have been called. The process of diploma presentations will move rapidly, and if you are cheering and applauding, the family of the next graduate will not be able to hear their name. Each of our graduates deserves the courtesy of having their name heard. There will be an opportunity at the end of the ceremony for all the cheering and applauding you wish to bestow upon this graduating class.
Emma Catherine Maddox. Connor Allen Mady. JC Lauren Madigan. Luisa Nicole Maestre. Brooke Bettina Lafferty. Samuel Richard Lakin. Holland Marie Lamb. Jack Philip Langdon. Cole Long Langwell. Cameron Elizabeth Lazier. Jillian Beth Lauder. Madison Irene Lemke. Ahavia Yaelia Levy Williams. Bridget Rose Levine. Jaden Dalen Lewis. Kayla Brianna Lewis. Jade Leanne Ligori. Anthony Lazaro Martinez. Stephanie Yacel Martinez Camacho. Erica Noel Mayhew. Mackenzie Lane McLean. Jaden Ryan McCroskey. Jacob Colin Linkner. Noah Patrick Locklear. Sydney Denise Long. Isabella Caridad Lopez Quinones. Sydney Mason Lorenz. Abby McKenna Lorino. Alexis Brooke Lovelace. Nyla Imani Lucas. Jacob Dolan Luddington. Wesley Chase Lugg. Savannah Bell McElroy. Rachel Laura McGrady. Ella Elizabeth McIntosh. Sydney Lee McLennan. Bryce Gray McMillan. Jalen Imani McMullen. Alexis Ray McNeilis. Elijah Jakar McWilliams. Chloe Elizabeth Meckling. Isaac Hamrick Melton. Thomas Joseph Maglietto. Brianna Elizabeth Malozzi. Ryan William Manjapani. Evan John Markovic. Carly K. Marco. Rosanne Marte. Rebecca Grace Minter. Abigail Grace Mish. Avery Hope Mitchell. Madeline Norel Miares. Samantha Marie Moeller. Ayana Esther Marie Mock. Ashley Joanna Molina Herrera. Ivy Johaira Molina Herrera. Paige Madison Montgomery. Ricardo Miguel Montoya. Janaya Deasia Moody. Peyton Elizabeth McCune. Krista Lane McDonald. Lydia Grace McDonald. Shaheem Rashad McDonald. Riley Price McDowell. Kyle Connor Moore. Brandon Edward Masquera. Aiden Christopher Moyer. Raya Morgan Mulkey. Brody J. Mull. Roberta Moraira Davila. Joseph Mushakov. Noah Hunter Myers. Natalie Kate Nadeau. Brandon Xavier Napoli Roos. Josephine Marie Navola. Lily Jane Neal. Gang Kim Nguyen. Grayson Matthew Nickel. Miranda Lee Mendez. Sydney Christine Minerick. Curtis Nivens III. Matisse Suter Nadi. Catherine Faith Nugents. Daniel Thomas Nunez. Juan Fernando Obregon del Aguila. Karen Alexandra Olivares. Aiden Derek Olmsted. Sade Jamira Olaranshola. Treasure Mariah Olaranshola. Emma Reese Ultramary. Isabella Orby. Omar Nabil Farouk Abdelghani Osman. Luke Hamilton Osteen. Savannah Rose Owens. Nora Catherine Morgan. Emily Hancock Rafford. Julian Andrew Rollins. Grant Emery Paulo. Peyton Alexandra Palmer. Catherine Faith Paquette. Caitlin Grace Parker. Zaire Kwame Parker. Abby Lynn Patchell. Todd Andrew Patterson. Ross Gunter Pern. Taylor Marie Perry. Sarah Roan Peters. Samuel Diamond Peewee. Alyssa Page Phillips. Caroline Mangan Focus. Daniela Valentina Pinango Chacon. Anthony Joseph Reinecker. Jair Rivera Herrera. Uriel Rivera Herrera. Marco Antonio Rivera. Camden Blake Roberts. Magdalene Grace Robinette. Taylor Nicole Rogan. Michael Dalton Plaisance. Claire Elizabeth Polito. Camden McKenna Poole. Kadarian Jalen Potts. Sophie Jean Polton. Caitlin Danielle Price. Stephanie Nicole Qualls. Kimberly Grace Kiros. Elizabeth Claire Radak. Justin Jarrett Sanders. Seth James Sarver. Ryan James Scanlon. Kyle Thomas Scavo. Kylie K. Schmidt. Andrew Garrett Schoolfield. Andrew William Schultz. Catherine Rose Schwans. Isaac Vincent Raymond. Olivia Marie Reagan. Ethan William Regan. Hayden Isabel Reed. Kurt Thomas Reiskell. Anna Crystal Rice. Vincent Matthew Riddick Jr. Callan James Reel. Nicholas Payne Shryock. Paige Francis Siggins. Mia Jalen Silver. Evan Mitchell Smith. Evan Timothy Smith. Madison Lynn Smith. Nathan Edward Smith. Mariana Solanilla. Eric Chris Sopichodi. Abigail Kathleen Rogers. Jack Douglas Rouse. Reed Chandler Russell. Jet Pearson Rutherford. Stephen Alexander Sanchez Ruiz. Eric David Sanchez. Alexander Francis Staten. Paige Elizabeth Stager. Zachary Thomas Sternlieb. Abdel Kader Dean Ayesh Shuleman. Kaylee Shea Sullivan. Elena Sarek Augustinelli. William Robert Sutherland. Emma Grace Sutton. Grant Martin Sutton. Adam Charles Shabetta. Riley Elizabeth Sism. Madeline Julia Sell. Emma Marlene Sexton. Caroline McNeil Shelkey. Skylan Ishanti Sherrill. Daria Shrishkina. Connor Scott Thompson. Caden Mari Tidwell. Michael James Leth Tisher. Shia Andrea Nicole Tawari. Charlotte Ann Tanyan. Richard John Trainer. Alec James Trimble. Jaden Michael Turner. Emily Noel Underwood. Elizabeth June Sowards. Kylie Gabrielle Sparks. Derek Christopher Spearman Jr. Nicholas Spearden. Sophia Marie Squire. Benjamin Alexander Stadler. Richard John Stanula. Hannah Ray Vernil. Ryan McNeil Varuso. Mia Renee Wachter. Jake Anderson Wade. Caleb Gregory Walker. Hadley Shea Walker. Tyler Anthony Walker. Danny Wong. Shelby Caroline Warren. Richard Austin Weedle. Sasha Elizabeth Weil. Caroline Elizabeth Swartz. Bridget Elizabeth Therese Sluke. Mia Angelina Taboda. Hannah Lee Taylor. Mason Calvert Whittington. Zakiah Ajoy Wiggins. Sarah Raljai Wigren. Madison Williams. Michaela Sonia Williams. Jackson Chance Wills. Simone Mael Wilson. Samuel Toll Wilson. Clara Antoinette Winokur. Bo Michael Varga. Ayana Alexandria Vargas. Anaya Marie Velasquez. Sophia Sky Belize. Sophia Wicks Whitteman. Carson Allen Wood. John Dalton Wood. Andrew Robert Wright. Matthew Jonathan Wonder. Joseph Michael Yarbrough. Abigail Lily Yinkst. Presley Jordan Yock. Carly Marguerite Yunt. Caitlin Virginia Yunt. Nicholas Thomas Ziegler. Justin Alec Welch. Alyssa Rose Westlake. John Patrick Whalen. Gabriel Paul Whitaker. Lacey Nicole White. Dakota Hunter Schmidt. And now we'd like to recognize the students that are not present today. Brett Dominic Allegrady. Buse Marve Arpake. Benjamin Patrick Bonner. Blake Mitchell Bowles. Mason Henry Burns. Andrew Allen Butcher. Justin Charles Carlin. Colby McKay Carpenter. Courtney Page Durexega. Abigail Ella Faulkner. June Ryan Figueredo. Duncan Clark Harper. Madison LaFlame Hayes. Sarah Margaret Holmes. Clavert Leanne Marjani. Alexander May. Cole Allen Maynard. Zachary Gage McGee. John Zimmerman Mitchell. Madeline Esther Modica. William Jennings Morand. Emma Victoria Noonan. Vasu Manuj Kumar Patel. Olivia Rose Pennington. Cameron Cole Perkle. William McLonnell Pretty. Travis Rodney Provost. Duncan Reed Purvis. Jack Carson Ray. Julian Jack Rush. India Renee Tabo. Carly Rena Vaden. Alondra Narve Vanegas. Haley Ying Wong. Malik Arman White. And Giselle Anye Whitehead.
Will the class of 2021 please stand? By the power vested in me as the principal of William A. Hough High School and by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction and the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduates of the William A. Hough High School Class of 2021. You may move your tassels.